So I don't know if you guys have noticed from my previous or my last video, I've actually moved into a new workshop and everything is still incredibly disorganized. I don't have a space for everything yet, but I've put up some cupboards on the wall. In this one I've managed to get my sanding discs all organized and my sanders, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of this type of thing to get this workshop organized. But that's not why we're here today. Today we are here to talk about this, and these are drivers that were sent to me by Cartesian. It's a French speaker manufacturing design and manufacturing company, and we're going to be doing a build with these. They also send me these really chunky heavy binding posts that I can use for the build. So let's go on to more about Cartesian and these drivers. Cartesian, or Cartesian in French, sent me a few drivers to try out and use in an upcoming build, of which this is then the first video. The drivers are the TWT28 VMS 28mm soft dome tweeter and the WOM165 VMS 6.5 inch woofer. But more on these a little bit later. Now you might ask, is Cartesian a new speaker manufacturer? And the answer would be no. Cartesian is a French company that has been designing and producing drivers for more than a decade. They mostly have been doing this for clients that have been using the Cartesian products in loudspeaker systems costing anything from $5,000 to $50,000 or more. This has to seem to be a good testament of the quality of their products. And I can testify that the quality is very good indeed. However, it is so much more than just quality. Cartesian incorporates some really unique technologies that I've not seen before, from the unique glass fiber and carbon fiber cones to the dynamic spider used in the woofers, the dome integrated suspension, and the innovative coupled chamber design of the tweeter. Their website will provide you with lots more information, so go to cartesianacoustics.com to read more. As DIYers, we have become very lucky and we can now get our hands on some of these drivers, since Cartesian has now made a range of drivers available for purchase via an European distributor called TLHB. I will put a link to their website in the description below. The build I'm going to do with these speakers will be a high-end speaker design, and of course I will have build plans available for purchase so that you can also build this speaker. These will be available from my next video in this series in a couple of weeks. The series will be about 3 or 4 episodes where I will take you through the process of designing and building the speaker. So let's see what I've come up with for this design. I've designed a two-way floor standing speaker, and with drivers of this quality we want to make sure that we have a very solid and well-braced enclosure. The enclosure will be made of a 32mm thick MDF painted front baffle and 22mm thick veneered MDF sides and back. It is well braced on the inside to counter any panel resonances. The entire speaker slants back 5 degrees to get the driver voice coils in phase with each other as much as possible. The slot port faces towards the rear. This is not a very large speaker and will stand only about 1 meter high. It takes up a small footprint, including the speaker spikes of 288 by 244 millimeters. To get to this design, I measured the drivers with the Dayton Audio DATS loudspeaker test measuring system. Let's compare my teal small test results with that of the manufacturer. I measured both woofers, and here you can see that we have very good correlation between the two drivers, but also good compared to the manufacturer's specifications. Now the resonant frequency seems to be a bit higher, but I suspect that after burn-in this will come closer to the manufacturer's specifications. This is fairly normal for new drivers that has not been burned in and where the suspension might still be a bit stiff. Looking at the impedance results, this is also good compared to the manufacturer, and I can continue knowing that my test results are good. Moving on to the enclosure modeling, I am using WinISD. These woofers will also work in a bookshelf type design. However, you will lose some low-end performance compared to a larger enclosure volume of a floor standing type. The box volume results in what we call an extended bass shelf response, even though it is only slight. This is where we get a slight drop in the frequency response in order to extend the bass response. Now, since this woofer is fairly sensitive, the only drawback is that we lose about 2 dB of sensitivity in this region, so not a big deal, and any amplifier will still be able to drive the speaker easily. Driver excursion and port noise at 60% of the woofer's power output is controlled, and we should not have any issues here. This is where I will end this first part. If you are interested in getting the SketchUp file, the teal small specifications and the enclosure modeling files in WinISD, then I will make them available for download to all my patrons and YouTube members. And by the way, you can now become a YouTube member on my channel by clicking the join button below this video. As I continue with this project, I will be giving more behind the scenes content, so please consider to support me on either of these platforms. Your support is very valuable to me and allows me to continue to bring you great content. Then lastly, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up and ring that notification bell to make sure that you do not miss out on any of my upcoming videos. I have many build plans for past projects available on my website at soundblab.net, so also check out those if you fancy building a speaker yourself. Until next time, adios.